Hello, beloved. It's me, Altheta, your magical minister, 777. How are you today? Listen, I just wanted to come to you with some conversation regarding they're not like us. My nose tickles. Um, there is a rap artist, Kendrick Lamar, who has just launched an attack on another artist whom I used to think I liked. But, baby, we coming to the wheats and the tares are going to be identified clearly. And so, Mr. Lamar, Kendrick, he made a declaration that they're not like us. And I have been humming that song for a couple of weeks since I've tapped into it. And tapping into spirit. Spirit is saying, yes, indeed, Altheta, they're not like you. You know, we are chosen ones. And we're distinct from the others. Those that were in our circle, those karmics that once they served their purpose. I'm not hating on them. But they served as antagonists. And sometimes they were on the sidelines just watching our movement and in awe. And then they began to covet. And then they began to envy. And they began to copy. They attempted to copy many of us. They will do that, and that's a compliment. When people want to copy you, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. And if you recall your journey of coming into this new dimension, this new state of consciousness that we have entered into, we had to cut off many of those karmics, if not all. I didn't have many to cut off because I'm not attached to a lot of energies. But there were those that were on my journey to serve their purpose in my life and teach me lessons and help me get to this point of power, step into it, right? And really tuned into my own psychic power and ability and not deferring that off to others or to another. And so that last year, this was 2021, that was the year of reckoning. And I had to really release all of those karmic ways that I had and karmic ties. And there was this last one, right? That spirit said, you already see, you already know. And throughout that whole entire year, from the beginning of that year to the very end of that year, and the year was from January 3rd through January 3rd of the following year. Spirit, my team, my ancestors, they made it perfectly clear. This is the last one. This is the one. And it tied into so many other things that I kind of identified throughout that year, that the generational yokes and curses and the witches and the warlocks that waged war against the bloodline, the divine feminine in my bloodline. And war just became a little bit different in my day. People beguile you. And they befriend you so that they can beguile you. They have their ulterior motives. And sometimes not, there I go again, making excuses. I was going to say sometimes not intentional. But yes, when you lie, that's intentional, baby. When you manipulate, that's intentional. So Altheta does not make any more excuses for people where I, in my karmic way and in my lower estate, I did make excuses. I overcompensated for people's weaknesses because I'm a light bearer. I'm an empath, and I often lean more into my compassionate side and understanding side, and just being a Christ conscious person empathizing with people and making excuses for bad behavior. But that year, Spirit was like, you ain't going to make no excuses. You can't do it because they're not crossing over with you. And until you get this through your thick skull and take care of the things that you need to do, like take that sword, Queen of Swords, and cut that sugar honey iced tea off, we're not moving any further. And so as time went on, I saw the copycat energy. It wasn't the first time. I had seen that from a few different entities along my karmic journey. When they see the light bearer come in the room, the chosen one, they know they're different. They're not like us, but they want to be like us, and they pretend to be like us. They're not like us. No, they're not. Even when I was, in the church, the false chosen ones, the false spiritualists, they're not like us. They're not pure. They're not pure at heart, right? They're not peacemakers. They're mischief makers. They're manipulators. They're deceptors. They're not like us. I've had so many of them, and these are feminine energies, attempt to even identify themselves with me in a way that says we're spiritual twins. We're twins in the spirit. We're living parallel lives. They're not like us. The devil is a lie. And as soon as they said it, of course, it's like, this is just straight from the pit of hell, pure lies. They didn't realize, in my case, how tapped in I was. Or maybe they did. Maybe they thought that I was just as superficial as they were. Sometimes you get that. When people can't believe you're as wonderful and magnificent as you are, it's because they're not. And they can't believe that you're authentic, but they're not like us. We are genuine. We are authentic in our way, in our being, and we are pure at heart. We're not perfect, but at heart, we're pure. We are light bearers. We're in this thing creating light and love and healing. They're not like us. They're in this thing for themselves, for material gain, and they wear a mask of really what they're really dealing with on the inside, and they perpetrate a fraud all of their journey. You know how many Christian women, married women, that I thought they were, just living the life of sanctity, if you would say, and, doing the things that a Christian woman and Christian wife would do. Man, these heifers had side pieces for years. I was like, what? And they were encouraging me to do the same. They're not like us, baby. And that's so cool. That's so good. Because they're getting ready to find themselves in turmoil. The towers are falling, right? Babylon is falling, baby. And I'm not looking for it. I'm not going to be seeking the downfall of others. That's not what I do. Karma does that. Karma regulates judgment. I call judgment on every matter, because that's just what we must do to be in our power. We can't just let and allow others, no matter how empathetic we want to be and compassionate. Judgment is judgment. We have had to deal with our own judgment. As a chosen one, having lived in a lower estate, there are things that we had to, reconcile with. But gratefully, because they're not like us and we are not like they are, we have a whole spiritual team that knows our soul, knows our heart. We are all one, regardless to whom or what. And when light comes into the room, darkness tries to hide. Or they try to disguise themselves in the light. But that can't happen with us. We're chosen to see clearly in this day, to see all matters clearly and to call judgment on all matters. Because we don't fear judgment, because we're in the light. We're here on an assignment, and then we've taken it on very seriously. And we don't play with our assignment. They're not like us. They dabble in the spiritual realm for their own profits and benefits. They don't dabble in the spiritual realm to heal somebody, to help someone, to lift someone up. No, it's only for personal gain, narcissistic ways. And then they get around us and they feel some kind of way. They want to pretend like we're in alignment when we're actually not. They are not like us. Don't ever let anyone undermine your intelligence nor your authority. As one who had lived life somewhat passively, in a passive way, non-confrontational about many things, stepping into my power meant that I had to see things clearly and I had to take action accordingly. And I did so. And Spirit is today saying, chosen one, fret not thyself over evildoers. They're not like us. Continue in your journey of ascension with confidence. Confidence and love, nonetheless. I just wanted to bring this message across because I know that there are some of us that have had this experience that we always seem to have a nemesis on our shoulder, someone trying to throw shade on the path. And they're getting craftier and craftier. Be very careful about the contracts and the agreements that you come into with people. People will gift you things. And in their spirit, in their mind, in their dabblings in witchcraft, dark magic, they're thinking that they are by gifting you things and bringing you into their trust that you now owe them something. And they don't want tit for tat. They want it with interest. They want your energy. They want your light to be diminished. They want you to be beguiled to the point where you doubt yourself and become dependent on their advisement and their guidance or their support. Chosen ones, we are free from codependency. We must be detached from all that. So keep your heads up. Keep your eye open. And just remember, they're not like us. Have a blessed day. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I enjoyed the comments that I received from the last video that I made. Very much appreciated. Please subscribe and share this video for sure. Peace and blessings. I love you much. Namaste.